It's not a credit card, because I do not condone having those. Lord have mercy, I do not condone having those. I was a victim. Hi guys. I have a few minutes before church, so I thought I would spend them talking to you about the ways that I have learned to save money. Now, some of these tips might make you think, that's old news. That's not new. But really, if you think about it, no information is new. The majority of it is all regurgitated. So if you want to hear more about some regurgitated information, then just continue watching. Now, some of the things that I might be telling you today are things that are not for the good of the group, or may seem like it. For instance, the first thing I did when I moved out of my house for when all the reconstruction was going on is to call AT&T and have my UVerse, DirecTV, and phone services paused. Now, I really didn't know that you could do that, but I thought, I'm not paying for all that if I'm not going to live there for 2 months. So I called just to see what I could do. Did you know that? Did you know that you can call them and say, look, either A, I'm not going to be living there for a few months, B, I can't afford it right now, C, I don't know why. Well, mine was A, but if you're B and you're having trouble paying your bills, you can call them and have them pause your service. Now, someone said, well, that's probably because you're a loyal customer. I've only been an AT&T customer since February. Now, I always pay my bills, but still, I'm sure they've had people who've been with them for much longer. So it's not that. That's a service I did not know existed. I know that I should probably be kind and have my Wi-Fi on for the construction workers, but I'm sorry. You shouldn't be Snapchatting or Facebooking or Instagramming while you're working in my house. So you can use your own data, bruh. The second thing that I started doing was picking up extra jobs. And the ones of you who know me are like, Shawna, would you please stop working? And I know I do a few things. I teach school. I work at a little why did I say that? A specialty boutique called Something Special about every other weekend and on holidays. And then, of course, I sell my skincare. But if you want to get out of debt, you'll do whatever it takes. Just like Dave says, you're going to be gazelle intense. You do whatever you need to do. And one thing that I wanted to do was pick up another job that did not interfere with my already very loaded schedule. My schedule wasn't this loaded, but I figured, why not? I have nothing else to do, right? Well, I started picking up other teachers' early and late duties. If there is a job at your work, and of course this may also not be for the good of the group, but I think it's a good example. They don't want to do their early duties, so they pay me to do them for them. You know, it's always perfectly acceptable for you to swap out days with people. Why not just pay a person to do them for you? Well, I'm your girl. You don't want to do your early duty? Hit me up. I'm game. I mean, I don't have kids at home. I don't have somebody keeping my bed warm, so why not get up early and go make some money? Something else I didn't know is that a lot of gas stations have special membership deals where it's not a credit card, because I do not condone having those. Lord have mercy, I do not condone having those. I was a victim. But they have membership cards where you get discounts on their gas should you sign up. Now, the reason I knew about this is because my nephew works for one of our local gas stations, and they had an incentive where if you signed a certain amount of people up for their membership, then you got $100. Well, I love my nephew and I like to save money, so I signed up. Well, of course, I just put the card in the back of my wallet and didn't think anything about it until my daddy and mama were talking the other night that they saved 10 cents per gallon. What? I said, why didn't you let me know? And they said, well, we knew that you had a card. Why weren't you using it? It's my bad. My bad. 10 cents a gallon that I've been missing out on. So, there you go. I know that if our little local H&A gas station, I think it's BP, yeah. It's an affiliate of BP. if they do it, I know that there's got to be ones out there for you. Of course, Walmart, if you use a Walmart gift card, then you get 2 cents off per gallon. Is that right? Yeah, 2 cents off. Well, why not get 10 cents off? Now, it should probably be noted that some of the local gas stations are more expensive than Murphy's or Kroger or whatever. So you kind of have to figure out what's going to be your best deal. But on that note, shop at Kroger, get Kroger points, and get your gas for next to nothing. That's something else that I've begun doing. And the last thing is a bit unorthodox. And when I say unorthodox, I mean in the world of Dave Ramsey, who I love, and you know this. But he's big on eating in, eating whatever food you have, and I am too. I mean, do you know how many nights I've had popcorn for supper? Before I moved in with my parents during this whole house ordeal, a lot. But if it's just you, or if it's just you and your spouse, sometimes it's way more expensive to buy the groceries to eat in than to go to Sonic and get the Tuesday night brown bag deal where you get 2 burgers, 2 fries, and 2 drinks for like $7. It's real hard to cook a meal for $3.50 per person. So because it's just me for now, I look at those deals. I think about, you know, of course it's going to be cheaper to make me a big pot of spaghetti and eat that every night, or take it for lunch the next day. And I do that, don't get me wrong. I am a big advocate of cooking at home and then taking the leftovers for lunch the next day and then having it for supper a couple nights later. I mean, you do what you've got to do. But and that's great for a family of 4 if you're cooking for kids, but if you're like me and it's just you, sometimes it just doesn't make sense. So I think it's smart to do your homework, and it might take a little bit of time, but get those prices, divide it up amongst the people you're cooking for, and see what's going to be cheaper for you in the long run. Alright, I know this video was short, and I hope it was informative, and maybe now you just know what I'm doing to save money. And if you have more tips, please leave them in the comments below. Until then, like, share, and subscribe, and hit that little bell, because otherwise you won't be privy to when I put up one of these marvelous videos. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.